welcome to the 9th episode of Week in Gaming. I'm your host, Erika Byakko, and this is the talk show where I have on different guests every week, and we talk about games and everything gaming. And my guest today is AM Project's mythical sea creature, Kilia Kurayami.
Hi!
Hi. You wanna give a quick self-introduction?
Oh, okay, yeah. Hi everyone, my name's Kilia Kurayami. As Erika said, I'm part of AM Project's First Generation Museum. It's very nice to meet all of you. Yay. And thank you so much, Erika, for having me.
Of course, thank you for agreeing to come on the show. I was very excited when you agreed to come on because you're so peppy and energetic, and I feel like I like that energy. Hi, Orca? No, chat. Kilia is a not orca. She's a
Do
not...
not call me an orca. Do not call me an orca. I repeat.
Yeah, mythical sea creature. That's
mythical.
correct term.
Yeah. Dark and mysterious. Yeah.
Like the deep sea. Yeah.
She's
a dorka? No. Not orca.
No, not orca. Not dorka. Not dorka. Not orca.
Wow. Chad is misbehaving right from the first second. You know, you need to be distracted, Chad. So why don't we just like dive right into the gaming chat?
Hey, I see what you did there.
Yeah. So, as is tradition here on this show, I will start right at the beginning. And Kilia, what was the first video game you ever played, or the first one you remember playing?
The first game I think that I ever played was a PlayStation 1 camera game. Because when was it? I think it was like in the early 2000s. PlayStation released their first like gaming camera like combo thing where I think it was like the first kind of thing of its kind, and there was one mini game on the like tutorial where you could wipe windows.
Wait, wipe windows?
Yeah. So you could like wash windows with your hands. And it was you were like a mini character, and it like scrolled down through like apartments, and you just had to like wave your hands around and clean the windows with the camera.
Oh, that's amazing. That sounds like a game that would be fun to play now.
It was so fun, and like if you played it with other people, you usually ended up smacking each other, but like it's fine because it was fun.
Yeah, and you know we know how much people like washing games because we have like Power Wash Simulator now.
Yeah, it's definitely like the early version of Power Wash Simulator, 100%. It also had a great song as well. It was like when I'm washing windows. I can't remember the lyrics, but it was amazing.
Oh my god, that's so cute. You know, I love that as a first game. That's like one of the more interactive type of games. Like, or you're actually like not just sitting there with a controller, you're kind of moving around and doing stuff.
Yeah. It was like Wii Fit, but before.
Yeah, and you're doing chores.
Exactly. Yeah, you're washing windows. They gotta teach them young. You gotta teach them young.
And then maybe like your parents afterwards could be like, oh, you like washing windows? I see. Like we had a lot of those in the house as well.
You know, thinking about it, I think my mom actually did segue into that a couple times. There's a bucket and a mop. You can go clean my car for me if you like cleaning
car
windows.
washing. I don't know about that.
Hey, she gave me a $5 for it, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And speaking of like childhood gaming, did you have a favorite childhood game or game series?
I would say because I grew up with my siblings, definitely like party games, like games that you play with other people, like co-op. Probably Mario Kart was like the biggest one growing up for me, or like Super Mario Bros. A lot of Mario games, I think, were the like favorites of mine growing up. Because I was always, who was I? I think I was always Toad, to be honest.
Toad is cute.
My two brothers would be Mario and Luigi, and then I'd be Toad. I don't know if that's because I got forced into being Toad or because I wanted to be, but yeah.
To be honestly, out of those three, I would have picked Toad.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
for sure, for
Maybe I
sure.
did. I totally chose Toad then. Yeah, I
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then to be honest, like those games are amazing, like games to play with friends and family, because they have so
Yeah.
many shenanigans, like Mario Kart especially, you know, with all the
Oh, yeah.
items.
And like filling up all of the achievements and stuff, getting all the cups.
Yeah.
And like you could have different accounts as well. So like we'd all have our own account on the Mario Kart, and we'd like race back home from school to like try and beat who can like fill up all the cups
Ooh.
first and stuff.
That's really cool. I love that. I love
It
that.
gets quite competitive though when you're with siblings, because although I have many happy childhood memories, there's definitely a lot of arguments that conspired. Fighting over who gets the better controller.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds a little bit familiar somehow. Do you also like play with your siblings nowadays, or?
To be honest, now we're all grandpas. It's I haven't actually played games like that with my siblings in a while, so here comes the tragic sad music. Play it. Sadly I think as we've gotten older we have had less time for that, so
yeah, very understandable.
Yeah.
And
maybe
also,
I'll reach out soon.
Yeah, and like you can play online in like the Nintendo games, like of course you can that, but like sometimes like some of those games that you played, like Smash Bros and Mario Kart, like it's something different about playing them in person. When you're playing with people you know. So you know, if you can't like get together because people live all over the place, then it's like way like it's not the same. It's not the same when you play. Also, hello Raiders. Hello, are you joining?
Emma.
Yeah, Emma. Welcome, Raiders. Are you here to join the game chatting? We're just starting. We're just in our childhood games and stuff. So you chose a good time to drop in. Yeah, welcome. I hope you had a great stream, Emma. And also let me throw a wrench at you. It never hurts, right?
You make the blue VTuber more blue.
Never hurts to get a wrench thrown at you in chat. Yeah, brings on the memories. And speaking, actually, you kind of already answered the next question when it comes to your favorite childhood games, because the next question is also, did you have a go-to game for sibling, family, and friend rivalry? But I'm guessing maybe those games are Mario Kart and Smash Bros. You know, have
yes. Definitely, I'd say out of the two, it was Mario Kart though. Yeah, I got very competitive playing Mario Kart.
Yeah. Did you win? Actually, I didn't ask that. Did you win?
You know, thinking about it, I did win a couple times, but I don't know if it was just because I was, you know, my brothers were being nice on me. Yeah, I think I am quite competitive, so I definitely practiced a lot in secret to win every now and again.
Yeah, you don't gotta get that secret gaming practice in.
Yeah, I was also Toad on Mario Kart, now that I think about it. So I must have had an affinity to Toad, especially with the bikes as well, the motorbikes. Like, the moment I learned that trick where you have like the Wii controller and you can like lift it up and shake it and it makes you scared, I like didn't stop using that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm a pro at this game.
Yeah. Pro racer.
It was like moving from manual to auto. No, sorry, moving from manual to automatic felt like, you know, pro gamer moves.
Yeah. That sounds like so much fun, honestly. And that's like the best type of rivalry games are where you can have like that healthy rivalry, but you can also have a lot of fun playing it.
Definitely.
And then we're moving on to something, this might be a little bit more recent, or it might be old, depending on what your answer is. But do you have a favorite story in a game? Or a game whose story you really enjoyed if you don't have a favorite?
I would say it's actually a recent game of mine that I played. It's called Unpacking. You've probably heard of it.
Unpacking,
yeah. I think it's really interesting because it's one of those games where there's not necessarily like a story that's told, but it's more so like a story you have to figure out, right?
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
discovering it from like the items in the game.
Yeah, it like doesn't explicitly tell you who the character like who the main character is or like what's happening with their life, but the whole like, I guess, no pun intended, but the whole unpacking of the story is very like you discover you start in their childhood and then you discover they like go to college and then they move in with someone and the trauma from moving in with the boyfriend. Oh my gosh, well, you can't fit any of your things because he doesn't care about you.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
That one's traumatic, but then it ends all happy.
Yeah,
I like the happy ending.
It takes you to a journey, and it's really great when a story does that, and like even doing it in a way that doesn't require words. And that game also had like a very like like the soundtrack was nice, and like the art style, everything just like came together in a really like wholesome way in that game.
It was kind of like visual ASMR, but then it also had a lot of like audible like ASMR elements as well, like the clicking sounds and like the slotting things in. It was all very like very neat and tidy, and I love it. It makes my brain tingle.
Organization.
Yeah. I love organizing. Organizing is so fun, like sorting it all out. Have you played through Unpacking?
I played through it. I have a funny pet peeve with that game though.
Oh, wait, what is it?
There's like I don't know why, but when I played that game, there was like one item. I think it was like one of the toys that I didn't like, so I always tried like hiding it in closets or behind furniture, and it became like
it wasn't the piggy, was it?
No, the pig is cute. I think like
a
troll figure, like an action figure or something.
Oh, yeah.
I would have to look it. I would like I don't remember quite what it looked like, but it became like a mini game in the game for me because like that was like a toy that was like recurring through a lot of the levels, and I remember once I found a perfect like I found for a lot of levels I found hiding spots where you could put it behind other things and you couldn't even see it anymore. But then I remember in I think like you were like in a share house or something. I tried putting it. I could put it behind like the couch or something in the living room, and you couldn't see it. I was like, yes, I'm a genius. And then when you complete levels in the game, they're like sometimes they will tell you like, oh, you have like items and rooms you can't put them in. And that was like the item that it's like, oh, it doesn't belong here. We're like, no.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It belongs out of my sight.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily because like it was a bad toy or anything, but I was just like, I got a weird relationship with that one item. It just developed on its own.
Have you ever had a toy like that? Is that like a spiritual connection?
No, really. It was like really random. You know, that's like that's funny enough why like that game left a strong impression.
You just woke up that day and chose violence.
Yeah, basically. Or it was the toy who chose violence. Yes.
Oh, okay. It was the toy. It was the toy.
Yeah, but like, honestly, great story. I totally agree with you. I love how they like let you figure it out on your own.
Yes. It just I really like it when they kind of, because I feel like people who play it kind of reminds me of reading a book, right? Where like you read a book and everyone who reads a book has like a different version in their head of like what the characters look like, kind of thing. So I feel like that story is very similar in a way that like when you play through the game, it's very much like you kind of have to fill in the spots yourself.
Yeah, you
like,
fill in
what
the details.
is like the missing pieces. So then like when you get to the ending and it's all kind of wrapped up in like a neat little bow, it's like, I don't know, it really makes me really happy, and I feel like it adds a sentimental touch to the game.
Yeah, it's very very lovely. I want to say like very
wholesome vibes.
And speaking about like significant stories, do you have a significant gaming memory that you remember? It can be something gaming related from your childhood that you still remember years later, or maybe something recent in gaming that you're like, oh god, this was very cool or very sad or just like very memorable.
I do have one very specific memory from when I was very small. It was the first ever holiday I went on. And at the time, I was getting into the Pokemon games.
Hey.
I just got my Nintendo DS Lite, and I was really excited.
Yeah.
I had the black one because I thought I was edgy. And I was getting into the Pokemon games. I had all of them apart from Pokemon Yellow. And we got into a taxi on the way to the hotel, and it was like the gaming gods like bestowed me. There was a cartridge, a Game Boy cartridge for Pokemon Yellow on the seat of the taxi that someone had like left behind. And like, you know, I was young, so I was like, I'm not gonna return this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I was like, I'm gonna take this.
That's a free game right there.
Exactly. And the taxi guy was like, no, like my parents asked him, they were like, you know, someone's left this, and he was like, it's not mine, you guys take it. So I got like a copy of Pokemon Yellow, and like, oh my gosh, because the DS Lite had like a little cartridge at the bottom where you could put it in. And so I got to play like Pokemon Yellow that whole holiday, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was incredible. It was amazing. It was so good. I literally, so lucky.
Yeah, the gaming lottery, life lottery, basically.
Yeah.
And Pokemon Yellow was honestly so good. Like, you got to have like the Pikachu experience, like actually Pikachu following you around.
Yeah.
Which for when those games came out, like that was not an unusual thing in Pokemon games, even though we're out with later games. And you would be like able to interact with Pikachu as it was following you around. It's quite something.
I think it wasn't until like Soul Silver when they like properly introduced the whole like Pokemon's following you around. That was a big gamer moment.
Yeah, honestly, like actually, what is your favorite Pokemon if you have one?
Okay. It's kind of ironic considering I'm a water creature, but Cyndaquil is my favorite Pokemon. Cyndaquil is best boy.
I was actually asking about your favorite Pokemon game, but I love the favorite Pokemon as well.
I'm sorry.
I should have specified. That question could be interpreted in a lot of ways, but Cyndaquil is definitely a big cutie.
Oh yeah. My favorite Pokemon game is probably Soul Silver though.
Yeah, because I was about to say like Soul Silver, Heart Gold, and probably Black and White for me, like are my favorites. But
Heart Gold is also a banger,
Yeah, I like never played Heart Gold like myself, but like that gen, and the fact like I think one of the things that made it so amazing was the fact that like you could have every Pokemon following you around. It was such a great experience.
Yeah. I love, especially when you get like the legendary Pokemon and they're just like huge following you around.
Yeah, it's just like
it's super fun.
It's like hi, I'm just like a lowly Pokemon trainer. I'm walking here with my legendary Pokemon. Don't mind me.
Just don't mind him. He's a big boy, but he's soft.
Yeah, I'm just taking a little trip through the forest, little trip through the town.
I promise he doesn't bite.
And then you can like imagine when you go into like the Pokédex entries and you see like how heavy and how tall some of the Pokemons really are, and you just imagine like a 1,000-kilo Pokemon like following you around in town. Like how is the ground even staying up under some of them?
One false move and you become a pancake.
Yeah. You know, Pokemon, it like runs up to you, wants to hug you, but in reality, it weighs 1,000 kilos.
If friend, why so big and scary?
Yeah, very true. No, that's a great memory though. Like honestly, I don't see what could top that as gaming memory. Like finding free games randomly.
I know. They really bestowed me that day.
Yeah. But speaking of gaming memories though, we don't always just have good gaming memories. Do you have a tragic gaming memory from your past? It can be silly tragic, or sad
tragic. Honestly, recently, I was traumatized by something that happened to me in Minecraft.
Oh, what was it?
So, we have the AM Project, like, Minecraft server. I currently think I have the most hours on it just because I'm a bit of a Minecraft addict. But, because the server is a realm, it's based, like, in America, and obviously being European, the connection can sometimes be a bit iffy.
Yeah.
So yeah, the connection was playing up one day, very awesome and great, and not tilting at all that was a thing.
Yeah.
But I was mining, and I'm a bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to mining. I typically get what I need and just run out. I don't really like venturing super deep. But my chat was egging me on to keep going. They gave me the confidence that I needed. Unfortunately, that confidence was very misplaced because I was near a pool of lava, and I just acquired my first diamond pickaxe.
Oh no!
And the server then glitched out.
Oh no!
Kicked me out, and I rejoined, and I had died in the pit of lava alongside all of my items. And it was very traumatizing, I'm not gonna lie, because I was very excited and also nervous, but
yeah, the OG pickaxe. Oh no. That's a real pain.
Yeah, alas, my my OG diamond pickaxe is now ashes. So.
I was about to ask if you fell into the deep dark or something, but honestly that might be worse than lava incident.
Yeah, lava is my worst enemy now.
Yeah. But have you been in the deep dark in Minecraft, or?
I haven't, not yet.
Then you have something very fun to look forward to, right, chat?
I can't wait! I'm so excited!
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome!
It's a lot of fun, not scary at all, you know? You will totally not get jump scared or anything.
I'm guessing you've been in the deep dark, Erika?
Yeah, you know, it's a fun adventure.
Oh, super fun, awesome, not scary adventure?
Yeah. You should just run right in there and
okay,
don't worry.
Just run, scream, make my presence known, all that.
Start
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to give a toast to you when I have an awesome time there.
Yeah, if you go there for the first time on stream, and I'm not watching, you have to tell me afterwards.
I'll send you a DM of the experience, a Yelp review.
Yeah. Honestly though, it's pretty cool. It has some pretty cool loot, I will say. You can get some, I think there's some unique loot you can get there, so it's worth it. But
I like loot.
Yeah, it's an experience. And speaking of, when it comes to gaming, do you like a slow and steady progress, or rushing through the main story for games that have story? Because, you know, Minecraft, does it really have a story? I don't know, it's kind of an eternal game.
Unless you count Herobrine, but
yeah.
I would say my the buoys definitely know the answer to this, but I would say I'm more of a rushing through the main story. I played Resident Evil 4, the remake.
Oh, yeah,
and,
that was great.
I basically didn't read any of them.
Wait, you didn't read?
I watched the cutscenes, because cutscenes, but
But you didn't read? Oh, wow.
I didn't read any of the lore. There was so many cutscenes where I was like, wait, huh? Because I just didn't, because there's notes here and there. And
yeah. I played it myself,
messages.
And I did the reading. You do definitely get a lot of the context of that game from the reading. So I totally understand if you were just rushing through that. It might have been some gaps there.
I was mentioning earlier before stream how I'm more of a visual person. So I don't know, I enjoy reading, and there's definitely certain games where I will take the time to do the reading. I'm playing Dredge at the moment, and I think that's super. I really like the lore and the reading in that. I think that's super cool. But yeah, with Resident Evil 4, I think I just I don't know, if there's a lot of reading, I think I get too overwhelmed, and I'm like, that's fair. The pretty cutscenes.
There was a lot of reading in that, and it was also sometimes I think it was in random places. You just found a notebook and was like, oh wait, this notebook was had really significant lore in it. And then you found another notebook that was speaking in depth about scientific writing about parasites. I think I read like a scientific mini book about parasites sometimes in that game, and I was like, wait, what am I reading? These are some very like scientific words and stuff.
Yeah, see, my brain too slow for that. I wouldn't have understood it anyway. Yeah, there were definitely moments where I was like, I probably should be reading this. And I think even a couple people when I was playing in chat were like, Kilia, you're not gonna read that? And I'd be like, nah, it's okay, I'm just gonna shoot some zombies.
yeah, but you got through it. I assume you finished it.
Yeah, I did finish it.
Yes, you didn't need to read. It was unnecessary.
Exactly! I'm a pro gamer. Who needs to read words when you can just shoot?
I'm a little bit curious though, but I feel like this is a significant answer for everyone that's played Resident Evil 4. Did you shoot the water?
I did shoot the water. Not of my own accord though. I got bullied into shooting the water. They told me, they were like, shoot the water. Like, what was it?
Yeah, this is what happens when you read, because you were reading chat.
Exactly. Based reply, Erika. Literally, that's what happens when you read, guys. Don't read. Reading is not based. Yeah, they bullied me, and I shot it. And I think at the time I was struggling to find bullets. And so I like shot it and wasted my last bullets on it, and then
oh no,
that happened. That happened. No spoilers, but that happened.
I also got asked by chat. Half of chat wanted me to shoot the water. Half of chat didn't want me to shoot the water. I ended up actually going and saving right before I did it, which turned out to be
that's clever.
A good idea, but
that is a good idea.
I shot it. I was like, oh wait, nothing happens. I was like, oh, there's a fish over there. Should I shoot that fish? And then you know, it was a little bit of a delay before the thing happened. And then I got jump scared because.
Did you scream?
You know, maybe a little bit. Did you?
I did. Your chat got blessed with the screams. That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, I feel like that was the reason why they did it.
They wanted to hear it.
Yeah, that was a fun thing.
Did you have any strong opinions about Ashley?
Oh, I like her in the game. I've heard, I don't know, but I heard a lot of bad things about Ashley because people were talking about like Resident Evil original Ashley. But I actually thought she was pretty easy to babysit. Wait, Kilia?
Ashley? Right, yeah, me too. I totally liked Ashley. She's totally cool and pug. I really liked her.
Oh, did you? How many Ashleys did you lose, Kilia? Which Ashley? I think I ended game with like Ashley 5.0 or something. You know, I lost the original Ashley along the way. But you know, we had a lot of Ashley clones, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Did you also have a lot of Ashley clones?
I think I had a couple. I had a couple Ashley clones. Just a couple. Just a few. Just a small number.
Yeah.
It's probably like you know, like 100 or something. Probably.
Wait, 100.
What did I didn't say anything. I said nothing.
Yeah. And also, if you read in chat right now that I killed one of the Ashley clones with a headshot, like that never happened.
Yeah, that never happened for me either. I never did that. Nope, not once. Absolutely never.
Yeah. She was very easy to babysit. Yeah. But did you like her as a character though? Like her characterization? Oh no.
Yeah, she was definitely not annoying or anything.
Oh god.
Yeah, loved her. Thought she was great.
What about Leon though? Did you like Leon?
I loved Leon.
Okay.
Kind of, you know what, actually though, sometimes Leon would say some things that would be very obvious. And I think that kind of got on my nerves sometimes. But I guess it's kind of like the typical, like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here right now. Like, that kind of stuff. You're like, no, really, Leon? Really?
Yeah, that can be a little bit, I guess, annoying or triggering sometimes, depending on where you are in the game.
You know who I did love though in Resident Evil 4?
Who?
Ada.
Oh yeah, Ada. Ada, yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah, I liked Ada a lot.
Coming in at exactly the right moment. I love her outfit in that game. Her like her red dress and like the gun belts and the high boots and everything. It has an amazing outfit.
It was a great outfit.
The fashion.
Yeah, the fashion. That's what I was looking at.
Oh, you're a little bit sassy. I'm not. We're going to say it was the fashion chat.
Yes, it was the fashion chat. It was the fashion.
And how good she was at like coming in at the right moment and helping you.
The wires and swinging and stuff. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
For sure.
For sure, for real.
Yeah. We are very believable chat. Just don't read into anything you're seeing.
Yeah,
on
don't
screen.
read into a single thing. Pro gamers, pro liars. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pro truth tellers.
Yeah. And speaking about, I guess being true or playing pretend. Do you like role playing in games or making choices as a character you have created?
I think honestly I'm more of a role player when I play co-op games. There is this really stupid game that I cannot remember the name of. Oh my gosh. It's a really old game where the servers are like completely dead, but you basically play as like a mafia boss and like there's like factions and everyone role plays as like a mafia gang, and it's so funny because you pretend to be like New York Italian in it and you talk to the other players using VC and it's like
that sounds pretty fun.
It's so fun, and it's such a like scuffed game. Like it doesn't look good at all. Like it looks terrible, and like the movement is really like jagged and horrible, and you drive these like scuffed cars and shoot these awful guns. But it's so fun, and like role playing is like a mafia mobster. You know, it's just it really gets you going. But
that sounds like a great experience, honestly.
It's really awesome. I gotta try to remember what the game is called.
Maybe someone in chat will know.
Maybe. It's really good. It's definitely like, I think the servers are like dead now though, but it's really fun. But in terms of like solo games, I think I definitely have aspects where I really get into the game, but I think ultimately it does depend on how into the actual game I am. Because like I said, like
mostly you think like you go with your own choices, like whatever you would have done.
Yeah, but if I was to play something like D&D, I would say I'm definitely less of... I like the idea of not being meta in that kind of scenario. Sub Rosa! Yeah!
Oh,
someone in chat said it! Sub Rosa, let's go! Sub Rosa! Oh my god, it's literally so good. If anyone, please play it. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah, it's Sub Rosa. Oh, based chat.
That sounds like a lot of fun though. Like I've never heard about it before, so that's a new title.
Yeah, I don't think it's very well known, and like I said, like the servers, I think they've like stopped working on the game and stuff. But people still play it because it's such a just like really getting into it and like being like, hey, and you can like call the other factions on the phone, and you can be like, I need this amount of money in my door right now, or we're banging your door down.
Yeah, get to live out all your mafia gangsta dreams.
Yeah, you can live it really out. And you get to choose your outfits as well, and like wearing like a cool suit.
We always love the fashion. The fashion in games is very important.
Oh yeah, the fashion. Yeah.
God, I gotta go for that 100% of the time. You have the best fashion in the game, 0 armor, and then you have worst fashion, and you have like 10,000 armor. You gotta go for the zero armor stuff.
Exactly. Well, typically if you're playing a female character though, that usually it correlates, right? Like the less clothing, the more armor.
it's not that unusual. I don't know if you ever played Monster Hunter, or if you've seen some of the that's a game where I feel like the thing is in Monster Hunter, you hunt down a lot of monsters like dragons and lots of other creatures, dinosaurs and stuff. And you have like the pieces from like a certain monster will give you like an armor set usually. And often the thing is in that game, not for every creature, but for a lot of creatures, is like the male armors are often like, you know, full body color, looking very badass, I guess you could say. And then some of the female armor, not all of it, but some of it, it's like, wait, where did half of my clothes go? But somehow it's the same. Yeah, somehow it's like the same amount of armor and stats and stuff as the male pieces. So like, I guess this is how it works now. You have a bikini with some fancy fashion statements on it.
Yeah, that bikini. Maybe they're all like magical and enchanted though. You know? Who knows?
Totally.
It's like invisible armor, so maybe it's cooler. Who knows?
Yeah. It's kind of glorious. Also, like I am a warrior myself. I have told chat that the piece of armor that I have on that has like the single most armor stats is my thigh band. Because that is, I'm totally not wearing that for fashion. I'm wearing it for the armor stat because that's how it works.
Yeah. I like that. I think honestly, like, even though I do say, like, I definitely agree where it's like surprising, I think I definitely do still have like an affinity to choose like the more like less armor choices.
Yeah.
They definitely do always look better.
Yeah, like sometimes like I think Monster Hunter is a really good example for this because they do have like some more coverage armors that look very cool, but also some of the skimpier outfits are off like sometimes some of the best looking armors in the game. It's like they can be very dynamic. They have a little bit of a different look. They like stand out more. So definitely.
I like how Diablo. I mean, I haven't played many games like this, but like Diablo, they have like the option where you can have the same armor stat, but then you can change like the look of it. I like that option because then you can like have like cool looking armor and then not have to worry about like wearing it for a stat. I think
that's like definitely like that. Amazing when games do that. I don't know if they call it that in Diablo, but Monster Hunter has that feature, and I think it's like they have it because there's so much high fashion armor. But for like they have like all the different weapons there, and for a lot of the different weapons, there's like certain armor pieces that kind of become mandatory because you want the stats on them, you want the abilities on them. But when you put everything together, the fashion isn't great. So it's called transmog in Monster Hunter. I don't know if it's maybe they're called the same in Diablo, but that's an amazing feature for game that lets you play around with the fashion however you like and still go for like min-maxing your build.
No, I like that a lot, especially because I think when I play games, I typically want them to look pretty, like unless they're really like. Unless the story's really good or the gameplay's really awesome, I typically like prefer to play better looking games. Not necessarily higher graphics, but like just I guess like
cool,
a clear aesthetic.
Yeah,
exactly. So having those kind of features, I think, really helps, especially someone like me who's not really doesn't play a lot of games like Diablo, like to kind of feel more integrated and like taken care of. You
get to like customize things however you would like to. And it's called transmog in Diablo according to chat. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Your pro gamer term.
And then in general, single or multiplayer games.
Oh, this is hard actually.
You can say both if you want to. If you are
honestly, I think it's like 70% single player, 30% multiplayer. Quick maths. But I think like in terms of my, and I've spoken to my chat about this before, like a lot of my personal friends are normies, so they don't really have many gaming friends. Obviously, you know, joining the VTubing world, I'm now gaining more gamer friends. But like, apart from my siblings, I never really had a lot of opportunity to play multiplayer games. So I think like my gaming experience so far has been majority single player, which is why I think I am more of a single player person. But so yeah, I would say definitely more single player, just because I like the idea of having a busy day and then like unwinding by like sitting down, making a cup of tea, getting a snack, and playing some single player games where I don't have to talk. And that's like my introverted side like coming out on that like retrospect. But I think if I definitely get like more gamer friends, which I'm looking forward to, then hopefully multiplayer maybe will hopefully take over that.
To be fair, it's like having a 50-50 split is like also very nice, because then you can get to enjoy all the single player games. And it's like definitely like different preferences for different situations. And multiplayers are like great for connecting and playing with people. And even like some multiplayer games you can like kind of go into single player, like Minecraft is a great like I think like a mix of a game, because even if you're playing on a server, there's not always people live at the same time as you, and even if you're playing it at the same time with other people, you can kind of just go and do your own thing. So some games are a great mix.
Do you have a multiplayer game you'd recommend?
A multiplayer, I mean, it kind of depends on what you want. Like there's so many different ones. Like you can multiplayer almost anything from like card games and mahjong to first-person shooters and Minecraft. Like, if you weren't already playing Minecraft, I would recommend that, because that's like it's such a great mixture, and I love it as well.
I love Minecraft. I could literally talk about Minecraft for a billion hours.
Yeah, we could just like this could have been an entirely Minecraft stream for me as well. We could just
scrap the questions. Minecraft time.
Minecraft only. honestly, that's very true. It's so good. But otherwise, like a lot of those like multiplayer games that you often see VTubers play are like some of my favorite. Like the small ones, like things like Played Up and Overcooked, and like you can just like you can play them once and like be very happy with it, or you can play it like 10 times and be very happy with it. So it's like a great time all around. But you definitely need to be like like some of them you can play alone, but most of the time I feel like you need to be more people to like really get the best out of it. Yeah,
I think I definitely, when it comes to multiplayer games as well though, I think I definitely need to work on my cooperative patience. Because I think like I'm quite a logical person when it comes to video games. I'm definitely slow. I'm not fast by any means. But like, if there's a game that has quite clear instructions on what to do, I think I'm pretty good at following them. So then when I play with other people who maybe aren't as versed in that kind of like follow, you know, they're more like free-spirited players. I'm like, it tells you what to do. Why are we still here?
You know, sometimes you just end up being that person who's trying to like make everyone survive.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe I don't know if you played Don't Starve with other people, but
I have.
Yeah, I have been that one person who was like, we should maybe get food and a base camp.
To maybe like survive.
And everyone is running out like, oh, I can go in the water. There's bees. And like, oh, where does this go?
Oh my gosh. Like I recently played Outlast Trials with my gen mates, and there was definitely some tilt involved. Because they kept dying and I kept having to res them, and then when I was like resing them, I was getting killed, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, you're babysitting.
This is an endless cycle of suffering and pain.
Gotta get together all the responsible babysitters and like play a game together, and then see who becomes the gremlin out of the babysitters. Or if like sometimes you have like a perfect, like everyone is working their best to survive, and you know it actually goes well, which I feel like in a VTuber, like at least if it's a 3 or 4 person collab, you don't always see that happening.
No, definitely not. That is an anomaly.
Oh wow. But it's fun shenanigans though. Even
Yes,
if
yeah.
often you don't end up making any progress, sadly.
Yes, yeah. It definitely leads to some funny moments, I think, still, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's definitely the positive side to look at, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And switching over to almost like a hardware question, I guess. Do you
Ooh.
prefer playing games with a controller or mouse and keyboard?
I recently learned this about myself.
Mm.
It was actually during my Resident Evil 4 playthrough.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I started playing controller because I'd already played Resident Evil 7 using a controller.
Ah, yeah.
I played it on the VR headset, which was
That's,
terrifying.
yeah, Resident Evil 7, like that's like the true horror entry.
Yeah, it was very awfully terrifying, but I thought if I'd played that I would be fine with a controller and this one. But I learned that I'm not very good at shooting with a controller.
Yeah.
So when it got to, I think, like my second stream, I was encouraged very friendly by chat to switch over to keyboard and mouse. Because I think the shooting was painful for them to witness with a controller.
It is very hard to aim, and as someone who has played through the game myself with controller, I totally understand why you made the switch.
Yeah. I would say it's interesting though, like playing with a VR headset actually was easier to like aim than it was without, which was I don't know how that would work, but it was like
no, I feel like you're probably getting like you don't have like the distractions like when you're playing with a screen, you still have like everything going around.
Yeah, that's true.
Like happening around the screen that like even if you're not paying attention to it, it's probably distracting you to a certain degree. So I can totally see how like your aim might be improved. You get like more of a single-minded focus.
Yeah.
And then you also more easily get jump scared by everything because
Yes. Oh my gosh, being inside of a Resident Evil game is like nightmare fuel. It was there's one scene at the very beginning, no spoilers, but inside VR, oh my, holy,
yeah, I can only imagine.
I had nightmares for like weeks.
I can only imagine. Honestly, it sounds terrifying. I really hope that if they make a Resident Evil 9, which I think they will do, that they make it a third person again, because third person Resident Evil is not quite as scary as first person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to buying games, physical or digital?
I haven't bought a physical game in so long. When I was a kid, like obviously I feel like it makes sense, but like there was like that nice like exciting thing of like going to the gaming store and getting like a physical copy of your game and like paying with it like in cash, and it was like all exciting. And now I'm a closeted introvert who doesn't leave the house, so digital everything. Digital everything. I think I don't know. I feel like there is something nice about having digital games though. Like the
it's very convenient. You have them like readily available all the time.
Super convenient. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about losing it. I'm a very like I lose everything. I lose my phone like 8 times a day. So if I still had physical copies of games, I definitely like lose out on a lot of money because I'd be losing them. But then like with digital games, I actually went through my Steam library recently and made like categories, which was really exciting.
Organizing it.
Yes, that's my fun time on a Friday afternoon is organizing my Steam library.
Yeah, so you don't just get to enjoy organizing any games, you get to enjoy organizing your games. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I made like categories like comfy games, horror games, co-op games. So now I just can click on the folder and know that I've got those categories in there. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and honestly, when it comes to like buying games, like nowadays I'm the same. Especially when you want to like get games on release. If you are buying them, like this depends on where you live in the world, I guess, but sometimes if you want to buy them, if you buy them physical and they're being shipped to you, sometimes they can come like 3 days after release or 1 week after release if you're really unlucky. So digital is definitely often the way to go if you just want your games readily available.
Yeah, definitely.
And as I said, like people move a lot throughout their lives, so that's like definitely like a time where you can lose stuff. And games are small, especially like just look at like like if we don't count the game boxes, like look at the Nintendo game cartridges. Those are tiny, small. You could just like lose them between a couch cushion and you never see it again.
And they're gone forever. Boom. I think I actually have lost my Mario Kart 8 cartridge. So.
That does not surprise me. Like honestly, if there's a game that like game cartridge that's easy to lose, it's definitely the Nintendo ones.
Yeah.
Entirely like since the DS, Nintendo DS era, they have been tiny, so tiny.
Have you lost a game recently?
Not recently, because as you do, I mostly buy digital nowadays. Yeah. But I think there is like a couple of DS games that I think I have had, but I can't find anymore. So
they're gone now. They're gone forever.
I can just imagine. It wouldn't surprise me in the future if like Nintendo released a game console and they were like, oh, you know our game cartridges? They're now the size of like little phone SIM cards. And then people are just going to be losing their games left and right.
Oh yeah. Good way to make money for them though.
Yeah, true. People just have to buy more coffees. Yeah. And speaking of Nintendo, do you have a preferred gaming platform? And now I'm thinking like PC, console, or mobile.
You know, I used to be really into mobile gaming. I had a phase of playing a lot of otomes on the mobile.
Oh, otome!
It was in my teenage years. I was a hopeless romantic who just discovered the world of anime and played a lot of otome games on the phone. There was what was it? There was one that was like the real time. They like texted the boys on the otome game texted you in real time. It was called like, what is it called? It's got such a good song as well.
Chat might know for us again.
Yeah, it's like they
Mystic Messenger.
Yeah, that's the one. And I actually played that during my like exams. But
wait, like during your exams?
Yeah, and like not during like the actual exam, but during the exam period when I was supposed to be studying and sleeping and eating well, I would stay up till like 4 a.m. because they text you like you can't like pause the game, so they just like would text you at like 4 o'clock in the morning and you'd have to respond. Otherwise you'd like miss that moment with them. Oh so no! I'd be like, I have an exam at 7 o'clock in the morning, but you know, this like this made up character that is like hot is messaging me, so I have to respond.
Oh wow! Those game developers did they might not have thought about the fact that people have school.
Yeah. But I was like worth, and I still did good in my exams. So
yeah, that's good. Like
really,
as long as
you know.
Yeah.
But in terms of my preferred right now, I would say definitely the PC. Yeah. I saw a TikTok recently, and it was like when I'm doing my chores, but the PC is calling me. Literally, it's like just drop everything, and you're like, okay, just a couple hours.
Yeah, and then you have like all those addictive games, you know, like Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, oh, I'm just going to find like this one item.
Yeah,
and like, oh, now that I have the item, I'm just going to like build this one thing, and you know, make a new building, and suddenly you're like, wait, what do you mean it's 10 hours later?
What do you mean my whole day's gone? What? I just wanted to find a piece of wood for my chicken coop.
Yeah. No, honestly, PC is just so convenient nowadays. I totally get that that's your preferred platform.
Definitely like using a like mouse and keyboard as well, because like I used to have a laptop before I got my gaming PC, and that was back in the dark days when I used to play League of Legends all of the time. And I used a trackpad, which was
the trackpad. Yeah.
Don't recommend playing League of Legends with a trackpad, but
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely with the keyboard and mouse gaming. It's good.
And on PC gaming, at least when it comes to Steam games, there's a lot of achievements. What do you think about game achievements? Do you usually go for them, or are they more like a thing that exists and are fun sometimes?
I'm definitely a completionist, I think, when it comes to like in-game stuff. But I think in terms of like Steam achievements, I'm not super fast. I definitely used to be more into them when the whole like collecting the rare achievements and like the card things was more of a thing. I think when Steam was like kind of in its like big days. But right now, I'm not really super bothered, but I do like in-game achievements more so.
Yeah, they are really nice usually. And often the in-game achievements, at least like depending on the game, sometimes they give you stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They're like more rewarding than just like a sticker. But I can definitely see why people have like a preference to complete them, because I definitely like when you see like 100% or like, you know, you've got this super rare achievement and things like that. It seems pretty fun, yeah.
Yeah, the achievements that are like, oh, only 0.1% of other players on Steam got this achievement. Then you're like, yes!
Then you're like, I'm better than everyone.
It was definitely worth all those hours, you know, spent in the game.
Yeah, it was worth giving up my life.
Yeah, and of those satisfying gaming moments, is there a gaming moment you're particularly proud of? Can be a game completion or something you remember doing, like, yes, I did this.
I would say A Little to the Left was one of the games where I really like just wanted to see it through to like completion. Because like on some of the levels there's like more than one way that you can like do it, I guess. So like I really wanted to challenge myself and like see if I could like figure them out, because like they weren't super obvious, a lot of them. But I was actually pretty proud of myself that I like saw it through and like completed them. Because I don't know, I'm definitely not too small brain, but every now and again I have my one brain cell moment. So it was nice to like prove myself kind of wrong that I could like do it. So
and isn't that also an organization game? Organization in general is always very satisfying.
Yes, exactly. I was proud. Yeah, I proved my I proved my parents wrong that I'm not tidy. See, I'm clean. I can tidy up games.
I'm sure your apartment and room is also very clean and tidy.
Oh yeah, totally. I don't know. I have always wanted to kind of make bigger goals when it comes to games though, because I've never been one to really get into like the AAA games where it's I guess more like skill based. Because as much as I like to say I'm a totally awesome based pro gamer, I definitely am not in the top 10% by any means when it comes to skill.
I would say though that a lot of the smaller games, like things like Minecraft, there's some things that in Minecraft and other smaller games that takes a lot of skill as well, for sure.
That's true. That's true. Although I don't know if I can actually even say that I can do those, because I can't even go up a waterfall correctly in Minecraft. Water elevators are my enemy.
They can be tricky to set up as well, so you know it's.
Yeah, no, exactly, definitely. But I have always wanted to set a bigger goal, like, you know, like playing something like Elden Ring, or and like, you know, beating the bosses in that, or like playing any Dark Souls game. I want to be able to do that, because they sound like torture.
No, not all of them.
Like
I personally, like, I haven't played all of them yet, but I have completed Elden Ring. And I'm also like currently playing through Bloodborne. And I would say Elden Ring in particular, like maybe when the DLC comes out for you and stuff, because that game has a lot of things you can do to make it a little bit easier. Like it has like the summons that you can summon in. Like I played through Elden Ring with the summons, which was very fun. Like some boss fights are of course like way more difficult than others. But it's definitely also a gorgeous game to look out and run around in, and like shenanigans. So yeah, I would recommend Elden Ring if like you want to give the Dark Souls games a try. And it has an upcoming DLC that like we don't even know when that's going to be released yet. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely like Souls like seem like they have a very beautiful like aesthetic, or just like very unique and like kind of I especially like the like Dark Souls like very like edgy kind of dark like vibes.
Yeah. Or you could, if you wanted to go really dark, you could like go Bloodborne, especially since it's everyone says it's England, very accurate England according to my chat, which I'm currently playing through. So like every time like I think the last time I played, I was in a place where like a lot of spooters are being chased, and like still people are like, yes, this is England.
Saying that, I'll beat you up. England's not that bad.
So you can play Bloodborne, and you could tell your chat for real if it is this England or not.
Erika's snitching on all of you. I'ma find you and I'ma show you what England's like with my fist.
Yeah. And also, be fair, like Bloodborne does have like I think like the darkest aesthetics out of all of those. It goes like kind of like Cthulhu mythological vibes and stuff. So it's a very cool aesthetic for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't play, like, I think the DLC is the hardest part of that game. So if you don't play the DLC, like, I don't think the base game is like it's not the craziest like it's difficult at times, but it definitely is not like the worst.
I wonder how I would find it, to be honest, because I feel like maybe you're underestimating how small brain I can be.
Maybe you can also get lost in Bloodborne, to be fair.
Oh no, that's my worst enemy is directions.
It's kind of those it's kind of like the big open game that connects in on itself with the areas for a lot of the stuff. So
I don't need bosses. I just need directions, and then I'll be defeated.
Yeah. But speaking of those like satisfying games and stuff, is there what is the most satisfying game you have completed? Was that like a little to the left, or is there another game you would categorize as that?
I would say A Little to the Left was definitely very satisfying in terms of the games I've played. I would say that in terms of, I haven't necessarily completed it, but like Power Washing Simulator is very like satisfying for me. Like I guess completing like a level there has like really satisfying, especially just like seeing it go from like super dirty and like horrible and then sparkly and wonderful and beautiful. Like it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that just like gives me happy shivers all over.
Yeah, and then every time you like clean a part, you get like the bling. Tiny like bell sound or whatever you would call it. Yeah, that's definitely an extremely satisfying game. And I feel like kind of one of the most satisfying things about it is that they keep on adding new stuff. So like there's always like more to play in the future, even though you completed they're most likely going to add more DLC. And like just recently, like last week, they added the SpongeBob DLC, so they get like the craziest things like added into that game.
I only got introduced to the world of SpongeBob last week, actually. Yeah, I never seen an episode before, and then I watched my very first SpongeBob episode last week. So
did you have fun?
Yeah, I did. I'll be excited to play the DLC for that now. Then I'll actually know like where I am and stuff.
Yeah. And they're getting like Warhammer DLC in the future. They've got like Final Fantasy DLC, like that. power washing like goes crazy.
They're going on.
Yeah, they have like Tomb Raider DLC. Like that wasn't what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I will say the one thing about that game though is sometimes like when you think you've like completed it and then it says like the 99%,
and you're looking
it's like,
for one
oh my
piece
gosh,
of...
and you have to like spam tab because you're like trying to get the orange spot to show and you can't find it.
Yeah, and on some levels, like, honestly, on some levels, you can't even see the orange spot. You just have to like spray an item with water and be like, yeah, eventually it's going to disappear.
Just spray all around and hope that you'll catch it.
Yeah. It's you know, that's the 1% or the 0.1% really annoying.
Oh yeah.
But game features that you do like, is there any game features you would like to see more of in games? And I'll give you some examples here. So examples of game features is things like weapon crafting, day-night cycles, puzzle solving, mini games within games like Gwent in The Witcher 3, color customization on armor, weapons, more side quests, etc, etc. Is there any game features that you would like to see more of?
You know, one thing I actually would really like to see more of is in It Takes Two, they've got like the mini games scattered around everywhere. That's kind of like the 1v1 mini game style. And I know there are other games that have that implemented in, but like the way that they do it is just very like it's very like nonchalant, very casual, but it's also like super fun, like and you can just do it unlimited times and like just keep you know like going against each other, and it's also not very like complicated, so there's no
simple.
like I guess
like
bias, you know. So it's not like, you know, the lesser gamer in the duo is gonna feel like they don't have a chance, you know. It's like it's just button mashing or like, you know, something like
fun. I guess like kind of like Mario Party. A lot of the Mario Party mini games are like that, have like a big variety and very like some of them are very simple.
Yeah, I do like that. Just, you know, because It Takes Two is already like an incredible game, in my opinion. So like having that just like little like fun feature added where like either party has a chance to like get that little adrenaline rush alongside the storyline is like really nice feature. I think it would be nice to see more games bring that kind of thing into, because it kind of takes away from not in a good way. It like takes away from the seriousness of the running storyline of the game. So it just kind of lets you like build up a bit more excitement if maybe you're feeling a bit like the game's dragging on or something like that.
Yeah, get like small moments that kind of like break up the overall story, like gives you a break, gives you something fun to do. That sounds like a great feature to have in games. It would have to be like co-op games, I guess, like to have that feature in. But actually, now that I think about it, I don't remember a lot of like co-op games having stuff like that. So that would be a lot of fun. Do you have any other features you would like to see as well, or?
I would say like this isn't necessarily like typical like gameplay feature, but I would just say like better UIs in games, because I feel like so many games have this like staple UI that like every other game has of the same genre, but like just more inspiring UIs and more like easy to navigate UI.
Yeah, very fair.
Yeah, because I feel like they kind of either like copy and paste from a game of the same genre, or they like go too extreme where like it's just all over the place and it's just super complicated. Like MMO UIs are terrifying to me. There is just so much
Especially
going on. I just never understand. I'm like, how are you supposed to play when there's all this stuff on the screen? Like,
I think sometimes some games will let you do that, but I guess I wish more games will let you do that. That you can customize the UI, like minimize it or remove elements or do stuff like that. I think that would be a good way of making it more convenient for a lot of players, like being able to customize which elements you want to be in the UI. Because as you say, like some of them are really complicated, the MMOs especially. Those are honestly, I think, one of the reasons why I have never played a lot of MMOs, is because like I looked at the UI and I was like, oh, the learning curve has to be so extreme on this.
yeah, this is too much for me.
Mm.
I think like you said, like the option to customize, but even potentially games having the option to customize the UI in terms of how it looks as well, like maybe adding like different aesthetic options, because like I
Yeah.
know some people like the whole like stylized UIs where they've got like a pattern or a pretty design, but then like me personally, I prefer a more like simple, clean cut UI just so that I can navigate it like in
more
the most like
easily.
efficient way. Yeah, so maybe having like options for UIs in terms of the aesthetics.
Yeah,
I
that
know
would also
some
be
games
really
do that,
nice.
but
And
yeah.
I think also like that's something that could probably for some people help with like the usability, because there are people that have like reduced eyesight, or maybe like they
Yeah,
have like
exactly.
certain types of color blindness. It might be harder to navigate a certain game menu. So that's like also something that could be like helping with the accessibility of games. So yeah, definitely hope for future games with a lot of customizability on that front, for sure, for sure. But speaking of game features and stuff like that, is there any game mechanics that you particularly dislike? Examples of this is escort missions where the NPCs move slowly, unskippable cutscenes and conversations, quests and key items that like is in your inventory all the time you can't get rid of, mission timers, grinding for EXP and gear, and stuff like that. Is there anything you dislike in games?
I definitely think the NPCs moving slowly.
Yeah, I think
like
yeah,
rings.
so many people.
It's just like I don't know. Like I wish there was more like thought about like the player movement versus the NPC movement. Because like typically like when you're just moving like from one place to another, especially if it's even just like a tiny place, like having to wait for the cutscene to stop but for the NPC to get there, it's like you're just like running laps around them.
Very
like,
true,
come
very
on,
true.
hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, and they're just like, oh, one moment, dearie. Like, come on, especially if it's in like a story-based game where there would be no reason that this person would be just like having a casual stroll, right? Like, they would be running, they would be trying to get there faster because the story needs to progress. They need to save someone, or
But
they
they're
need
just
to like find this thing.
after taking like a Sunday trip to the park.
It's like that song where it's like, I'm spinning like a ballerina, and it's just they're just having a good old time, like chilling, and you're like, come on.
Amazing,
I definitely
amazing.
think that's something that I don't like about game, like a game mechanic.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So many people dislike the escort missions. I'm looking forward to in the future if I get on a guest that's like, I love escort missions, because honestly, it's looking very unlikely that this could ever happen.
I don't think many people have the patience for it. Yeah, I mean, especially like, you know, in terms of my place, I was like skipping through lore.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
if
not
you
trying
like
to
to,
sit there and
zoom
wait
through
for
the
Sally to
story.
get over there.
Very true, very true. But then, when it comes to things with this, like, do you have a least favorite game genre? And why, if you have one?
Least favorite game genre?
Just like, it doesn't have to be something you don't dislike. You don't have to dislike it particularly, but like, one you play the least.
Honestly, at the moment, it would be FPSs. Just because I'm not very good at them. And
fair.
I'm very big on the whole, like, you know, if I try something once and I'm not great at it, then I hate it. So like FPSs, I'm just not very good at them naturally. I never really played them a lot growing up. So the whole like mechanics of them have never really agreed with me. But I definitely want to start playing FPSs. Because there's so many games that have, you know, that aren't even just FPS games, but they have like, you know,
FPS elements.
Exactly. So I do want to start playing them, but yeah, in terms of things like, you know, Valorant, Apex, things like that.
It can
like
be a little bit intimidating to get into.
It is. Especially when they are like online, like multiplayer as well. Like, if you're playing with people who don't necessarily have patience for newbies.
Yeah.
Typically, those games don't have the best response out of people, especially when there's voice chat options.
Yeah, I feel like actually the best way to learn FPS games as a VTuber is probably getting another VTuber, or like depending on like the team size of the game, like if we're playing Valorant or Apex, like getting some other VTubers together and like either newbies or some people that have patience for teaching, you know.
I would need some people with a lot of patience, because aiming is not my forte by any means. And also just like the different things, because I remember I played Valorant once and someone was telling me how like you need to, like in Valorant it's better to like stand still and shoot, whereas like in a game like Apex it's better to like be moving and shoot or things like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why can't I just do the same in all of them? Aren't they just gun games?
The different strategies, different approaches, for sure.
Yeah.
You could just I feel like maybe the approach then would be to just like get a chaos gang together of people that like just don't care, and just like everyone just like shooting and also then dying if things ain't good. Well,
I need to find people who are happy carrying me.
Yeah, that too. But then, switching up a little differently, and this one I'm kind of interesting what you're going to say, since you are you're so into music, you're so into singing. Is there a game or a game series that you particularly enjoyed for the music? Like not necessarily the gameplay, not necessarily the story, but like the music in particular.
Yes, the Last of Us series, easily.
Oh, The Last of Us.
Yeah, Gustavo, the I think, I don't know if he's like the main like director, but the songs like with the guitar, Gustavo, I think it's like Santolea or something. I don't know if I'm slaughtering his name, but like he's the one who wrote the like theme where it's like dun 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 dun, dun. And it's just that I remember like playing those games and hearing that and just like ascending to like another place, because it's just something about that song in particular that's just so like melancholic, but it just like captures the feeling of melancholy so perfectly, but then also like the feeling of like hope and things like that. And I don't know, like I'm a, like you said, I'm a big fan of music, so like
that's when you know you have great music, when it makes you feel like that.
Oh, 100%. And you know, on the other end, like, you know, Toby Fox with like Undertale, like the whole you know, because they're so wholesome and cute and like a lot less complicated, but still has that same element and vibe of like the just creating such a different atmosphere and world that you're in and that you're used to. Honestly incredible. I'm definitely say either Last of Us or Undertale would be my favorite games for music.
That's lovely. And like what I love about video game like background music and theme music and everything like that is like when you find your favorites, it's just like so nice to just like take up the playlist, take up like the songs you like from video games and just like have them on in the background while you're doing other stuff.
Oh,
or, like,
100%. Yeah, definitely. Even like Minecraft music, to be honest. Like some of that goes, you know, like I'll be like doing my work and I'm like, what do I want to listen to? And I'm like, Minecraft music.
The only thing I hate about Minecraft music is that when you're playing Minecraft, it doesn't play all the time in game.
Yeah, what is that about? The like intermittent.
So
you're vibing and then it just stops and you're like, hello? And it's just kind of like an awkward silence and you can hear your footsteps.
You look at how you have silence for so long and then randomly the music comes back. So I will admit, what I usually do in Minecraft is that I will turn off the in-game music and just like put on a BGM for myself. Because you want that constant background music. So it's like so sad because some of the music there is so good. But then it's like big moments of silence.
Yeah, I will say with putting on a Minecraft music playlist though, if I'm playing Minecraft and I have the music turned down, sometimes I will get like terrified because like the mob music will play or like the cave music will play and I'm like where are they? Where are they? And then sometimes they'll even have like sound effects of like villagers or like pillagers or things like that. And you're like, but then they're not actually there. They're just like in the playlist. But
yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
You just get like the hearing those sounds is just so familiar, and it just
the random hiss of a creeper.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're like panicking and running away.
Oh, creepers! God damn it!
Yeah, creepers are evil.
I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. My house nearly got not my house. My totally humane chicken coop cooker nearly got blown up by a creeper the other day, and it was
I have gotten
a close one.
So much stuff blown up by creepers. Honestly,
creeper, man. Hey, we're back into mine.
And speaking of Minecraft has a very unique art aesthetic. Is there a video game or series that you really enjoy for the art? Like for the art style, for the aesthetic, and like not necessarily for gameplay or music or anything else?
I would say Stardew Valley is probably my favorite game for the art style. Because I know, like, pixel games, I think they're definitely getting more appreciation, like, nowadays. Because people are seeing, like, that they're not actually as simple as they are, that, like, people think they are.
Yeah.
But, like, Stardew Valley, just the whole, like, aesthetics behind the character designs and the world and the creatures and just the like comfy familiarity and color palette especially.
Yeah, it's such a nice and wholesome and peppy feel from like the entire artwork in that game.
100%. I think Stardew Valley just has such a pretty art style that's like could definitely be overlooked, like, and I mean, I even have like some visual mods installed for it to kind of like, you know, boost that art, but I don't have any that like overwrite the actual game aesthetic. It's more so just to kind of give them an extra boost. But like, yeah, I don't know. I know like there's obviously there's so many games, like Ori and the Blind Forest is also one of my favorite games for like visuals, and that's obviously a more like high graphics game. But like, I don't know, the simple sometimes is nicer for me.
I will say like also the simplicity of the Stardew Valley art style, as you were talking about mods, I think like it's also one that's like maybe a little bit simpler for modders to imitate. So a lot of the modded stuff that is around for Stardew feels like it's part of the main game. It doesn't like take away from the aesthetic, which is like very nice for like modded Stardew Valley.
Yeah, the modding community went crazy on Stardew Valley. They like popped off. They did such a good job, like just really keeping it true to the original like game skin, but like making everything like even like bigger. Like there's I don't know if you know about the expanded Stardew Valley mod.
Yeah, I played that. That was like one of the particular ones I was talking about. Stardew Valley expanded.
Oh, nice.
It feels like it was like made by the creator.
Literally, it feels like it's just part of the original game, and it's just 100%. Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah, for real. That's amazing. I love that. Wow. And then we're getting to some future stuff.
Ooh.
Because there's always a lot of game announcements, always a lot of game trailers and stuff. Do you have a most anticipated upcoming game? It has to be something that has been announced, but it doesn't have to have a date or anything, but like just something that has been announced that you're looking forward to.
I would think the thing I'm most excited for is the new Peach game. No, not Peach game. No, yeah, Peach game. Princess Peach game.
Yeah, that just got announced in the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. I didn't actually get to watch the Nintendo Direct. My gen mate Kiki did, but she like wrote down like the games that she liked, and I saw the I like went out of my way to watch like that section of it, and like it just looks so cool. Like having Peach have her own game
as well.
Yeah. Just like, especially after watching the new like Super Mario movie, like seeing like Peach there, like she was such a badass, and so like thinking about her like having her own game. Although I think she did have her own game like ages and ages ago. Like I think it's super like retro or something. But like getting like a new game for Peach is really exciting.
Do you have like a particular like, since they only teased that, like we have no idea what they're doing with it, like they could go any direction. Do you have a direction that you hope they will go in? Like, are you hoping it will go more classic like Mario, or something new like Stardew, not Stardew, like Super Mario Odyssey direction, or like do you have a preference?
Yeah, I hope they do it more like an Odyssey type game, honestly, just because those like you know, Super Mario Galaxy is like one of my favorite games of like all time. And so like that kind of gameplay was just so enjoyable that if Peach got her own game like that, I think it'd be something that I would enjoy very much.
Cute. And like also in those games, like in this Super Mario Galaxy, like you had the little star guys, and in Super Mario Odyssey you had like the hat.
Yes,
like it would be cute to see like Princess Peach getting like a sidekick on her journey.
Yeah,
something
that'd
cute
be
like
so
that.
Cute.
I feel like
honestly, maybe they'll put Daisy in it too. That'd be fun.
Daisy or what's her name? Rosalina? Yeah,
Rosalia, something like that.
Rosalina, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great female characters in the Mario universe that would be like cool to see. Get more of a spotlight.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. And if you could have any game whatsoever, like no matter how unrealistic it might be, do you have like an ultimate wish for a game?
As in like made up myself?
Yeah, like as like for example, like let's say Super Mario Odyssey. Let's say you wanted Super Mario Odyssey with like a different character, or if you want like you have an anime you would like love to see a game with like that type of world. It's like just like anything. Do you have something?
I would love to have like, and this might be a thing already, but I would love to have like kind of like an MMO, but like an idol MMO where like you like sing and you can like put on concerts, but it's kind of like a level thing, and like you can like, I don't know, like something like an MMO where
I think I'm like guess what you're going for. That would be really cool.
I feel like that'd be also, it'd probably be really hard to do, but I feel like it'd be really fun.
It would be more like a niche thing if like if singing was involved and like rings and stuff. But that sounds like really cool, like idol music battles or like something like that.
Having like rap battles but with idols. And like the higher level, like there's like a hierarchy of like the ultimate idols, and that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I like that idea. It's pretty unique. I don't think I've ever heard about, like there are idol manager games out there, but like that's not the same.
No, like being your actual own like idol, and like, you know, other like real people, and that's something like that sounds really fun. And then you could like customize your character in like the way you want and stuff like that.
That would have had to have a good character customization.
There was an anime actually, it's kind of embarrassing to admit that I watched it because I don't think it's for adults, but it's called Piripara. And it's kind of very similar concept to that, where like they would go to this like gaming cafe, and then they would kind of get like, I guess it was kind of like transported into the like idol world. But it was kind of like video game vibes, but not really. But I guess something like that, where it was like, it was basically themselves, but made more like idly. So like if you had like a cute pink bob, it would give you like a huge like pink pigtails and stuff like that. Cool. Kind of also like the gaming world in like Belle, the anime movie where like people got like their personality got like scanned, and it would like give them like an avatar based on like their personality.
That sounds pretty cool. I like it. And now, a little bit more philosophical.
Ooh.
What inspired you to start gaming content creation, or what is currently inspiring you to do gaming content creation?
Well, I think already like gaming is such a big part of like VTubing culture. Because I know that VTubing is like kind of expanding into different alleys where like there's more V singers popping up, or there's more like, you know, YouTube like video essay by type styles, or like news VTubers and things like that. But I think like gaming has always kind of been like an essential part of like
core part, you could
exactly
say.
yeah, like a core part of being a VTuber. So I mean, I've always like been into games and things, but like, you know, having that already as like, I guess, an excuse to like, you know, engage in that kind of content. But yeah, I would say probably like the thing that's inspiring me the most to do it would be like other VTubers and like seeing how much fun they're having with like their different games and like showing off their skills, and even the like, I guess, welcoming atmosphere of like, if you're not necessarily the most skilled gamer, there's still like fun to be had while playing games. Like, because I mean, even like scuffed moments can make for really awesome content, and like, you know, like
fun bonding moments for the community.
Yeah, bonding moments, or like I get pretty tilted if I'm not good at a game, which can some people weirdly find pleasure out of that and have fun with it. So yeah, I would say other VTubers really is inspiring, and even seeing like the like levels you can get to as well, with like the Niji Sanji, like some of them, like some of their girls getting into like proper like FPS tournaments, or like Ollie from like Hololive, like doing like that chess tournament, or like FPS tournaments like there, and like just seeing like the heights that they can reach without like having to be like restricted within a certain genre is really awesome.
That's a really cool motivation. I like it.
Thank you.
And speaking of, you know, the community that you build up through gaming and everything, we have some questions here today that were sent in by you guys, the viewers, the chat. So I have chosen 6 questions from the ones that was sent in by everyone for Kilia to answer, and she has not seen these questions ahead of time, so this will be a surprise. So let's see what all of you sent in. The first question from chat is, what is your favorite setting for a game? And then their clarification was like a fantasy setting, medieval setting, modern, space, like etc. etc. Like, do you have like a favorite like setting for whatever game you're playing?
Ooh, I would definitely say fantasy. I think just because fantasy like opens itself up to have like the most bright and aesthetic settings. Like, as much as I like I'm not the biggest Legend of Zelda fan, don't hate me. I think like Breath of the Wild setting is like incredibly like beautiful and like looks insane. Like you just can't really fault the setting of that kind of game with the fantasy and the
it's very gorgeous
and just like the things you're never gonna see in real life, right? It gives you that opportunity to see something extra, more than, you know, the mundane everyday buildings and things like that.
Experience something new for a lot of time. Then I have like a sub question for you, I guess. Do you have like do you lean more towards liking the dark fantasy, or more, I guess, like kind of like light fantasy if we go like the Zelda route, which is like more like bright and peppy?
I would say in terms of my like own preference, it would be more dark fantasy, just because I like to say I'm somewhat of an edgy individual sometimes. so having a darker, more like fantastical environment is very, I don't know, there's something about it that just like really helps me immerse myself in the world, because I think like alongside fantasy games, like there's also a lot of games that explore that element but still make it very much like humanistic, where there's still flaws and there's still faults and there's still
for sure
parts of the characters in the world that need improvement and things like that. Because even though, you know, you're in a fantasy world, there's still like human error involved and things like that. So definitely more dark, I would say.
Yeah, like you have the Dark Souls games definitely go very dark. Like they go like very, very dark sometimes. And then I don't know if you've seen anything from the newest Final Fantasy 16. Some of the environments look very bright, but that's like very much like a darker story, I would say so far.
Yeah.
So no, I like that. The fantasy setting is definitely amazing in games, and it allows so much creativity. But the next question, do you have any video game waifus or husbandos that you have for a long time, like a long-running video game waifu or husbando? And what do you like about them if you have one?
Oh gosh. Okay, so going back to Stardew Valley, there's obviously the option to romance some characters. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, but you know, it's fun too. I would say Emily from Stardew Valley. She's the one with the blue hair. She is a long-running waifu of mine in video games because she's just so like, she's so wholesome and she's so creative. And like, out of all of the like romanceable options, I feel like she's the most like light-hearted and enjoyable. She definitely has like her crazy moments, and she's obviously like the town weirdo, but like I don't know,
she's
there's
just
something
very
about
very
her.
peppy, very energetic. Like she knows like what she likes, and she's not afraid to show it.
Exactly. You know, Leah is also a bit of me, but you know, I would say Emily. I would cheat on my waifu.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, actually, this question is like one of the few ones that I'm going to give you an answer for, Chad. I really like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. I just want to put that out there. She is also awesome. She's been a video game waifu for me for like a long while.
Is there a particular Lara Croft like that you prefer, like from any of the games?
No, I would say like the reason why I like her as like a long-running video game waifu is that like she has like a lot of different interpretations, like both in movies and in games, and I feel like I've liked like most of her interpretations. Like they have like different aspects of her character, and it's just like always like a cool looking character.
Yeah, she does always look cool. Even in the first game with her
No,
triangle boobs.
it was the OG Lara Croft.
The OG.
And actually, like now thinking back on it, I think that was actually one of the first video games I played. When I think about it, I've kind of forgotten about it, but I think one of like not the full game, but I think a cousin had like a PlayStation like demo CD, and one of the demos that I played for the first time, like trying the PlayStation, was a Tomb Raider game demo. I don't know which one of it was, but it was like definitely like triangle Lara Croft, I think.
Are you sure it's not like Stockholm syndrome then?
I don't know.
Like
possibly.
she was your first experience, so you're now like attached to her forever.
I remember. I don't know. I have no idea how long that demo was because I was so small at the time that it was like running through the same start of the same temple over and over again, and I think I died to. I think that's skeletons. I don't know. It's like so bad. So like it might be Stockholm syndrome. Who knows?
The early memories. I don't know if I have any husbandos. From video games.
Since this was a question about long time husbandos and waifus, I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I've forgotten. Like at least right now.
Maybe like. I don't know, maybe like Luigi would be one of mine.
Luigi.
I mean, it's more so like, I think I just have always wanted to be Luigi's friend than like like he being a husbando though.
You want a Luigi bromance.
Like yeah, exactly. I want a Luigi bromance. It just seems like a cool guy. He's just a little guy.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. And then we're switching up a little bit to you playing games again. If you have the option in a video game, would you play as the good guy or the bad guy?
Oh my god, bad guy all the way.
That guy all the way. Oh, no
Bad
hesitation.
guy all the way. Bad guy all the way. I love chaos. I love me, chaos, besties. Besties.
Yeah.
I love chaos. If I got the option to like mess with the story, mess with the main character, I'd love it. I love chaos. So bad guy all the way. Bad guy all the way. Yeah. What about you? Bad guy or good
I think
guy?
it would depend on the game. Actually, like for me, it would probably be very much depending on the story. But I'm like curious then how you play like. Is it like Dead by Daylight, where you can play like as a survivor or a killer?
Yeah,
Would you play as the villain then?
Yes. I played as the I forgot what her name is now. She's like the pig lady. I played as her a lot. Yeah. No, I really like Dead by Daylight. I used to play that game so much, all the time, 24/7. I was addicted, but I haven't played it in a while. Probably for the best.
Isn't that the game where what's it called? The actor.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves?
No, not Keanu Reeves. Oh, gotcha. I'm blanking on the name. This was like just in game news.
What's his name? Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage, yes!
Yeah,
oh god, I was blanking.
yeah.
It was like on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
You know, if you play... Isn't he coming in Dead by Daylight now?
I think so, yeah. I think he's gonna be one of the villains.
No, he's a survivor, I think.
Oh,
so
really?
Yes, you can hunt down Nicolas Cage in the game.
Oh, I thought he was one of the villains.
No, I think he's like a survivor, a good guy in the game.
That's so funny.
Yeah. No, there's like definitely I like that there are games that let you play as a bad guy because that opens it up for a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, I think it's good. It gives you the option. It's like Friday the 13th. I think they're closing their servers actually soon, but that was also kind of a very similar vibe where you could be Jason and your friends could play as the survivors.
Yeah. And then Kilia, gacha games. Gacha games. Thoughts on them? Do you play them? Do you have a favorite?
So I have quite an addictive personality. So I have always steered clear of the gacha game genre. I mean, I like...
maybe a smart choice.
Yeah, 100%. I've looked at them from afar because I know a lot of gacha games have super cute art styles with like the cute pulls you can get and like the like cute, like usually, you know, a lot of them have like the anime girls. But so it's funny that I was asked that because in Minecraft the other day we went into the Nether and I did my
the pig gacha, the pig
yes, the pig gacha. I did that and I was having a lot of fun with that, so I think it was definitely a testament to me not playing gacha games because I spent all my gold trading with the piggies.
So many games are adding gacha elements nowadays. Like you played Resident Evil 4 Remake, right? It had the gacha mini game, like with the tokens even. And I don't know if you played the new Zelda.
No.
Yeah, it has gacha machines now.
It makes sense. I think because like Genshin's like huge now, right? So I think like we probably have that to thank, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just like but what I like about like games like Resident Evil and games like Zelda adding gacha, it's like it's not real money. It's just like the in-game currency and stuff you're playing with.
No, definitely, yeah.
Very luckily.
Yeah, it's more just like the fun of the gamble rather than the monetary like sacrifice.
Yeah, for real.
But my bank account would be empty if I actually played gacha games.
No, I totally get that.
I have no strength. I have no strength when it comes to that.
They can be very dangerous. So yeah, let's stay away from those chat. Let's do that, and instead talk about favorite snacks or drinks while gaming.
Oh, favorite snacks? Oh, so I actually learned a hack recently that probably a lot of people use, but like I really like eating things that stick to my hands a lot. So I learned a hack where you can use like chopsticks.
I've been people that for years, like chips.
I just saw it on like TikTok and I was like, why have I never thought about doing that? Like that's so clever. so I started using chopsticks, but I typically my go-to gaming snack and drink is a Dr. Pepper and chocolate.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
or like some crisps. But I'm a bit of a Dr. Pepper addict. I have like 6 a day.
Oh yeah. Then I would say you're at addict levels. Yeah, for real, for real.
I've recently tried cutting down though, so yeah.
Yeah, but you hear that? You hear that, chat? Use the chopsticks. It's amazing for like
honestly,
sticky snacks and like for chips and crisps and stuff like that. You won't get like salty and oily hands. Like,
no,
you just need to up your chopstick skills. We can practice.
Yeah. It's handy. It's handy if you up your chopsticks, skills. It's a good skill to have. It's a good flex. It's a good flex when you go out with your friends and they're all struggling and you're like, haha, you fools.
For sure.
Plus, it stops your keyboard from getting all sticky and gross.
Yeah, and your controllers and stuff. You don't want that.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I've had a couple controllers that I've had to really give deep cleans.
Oh no!
After having my sticky, grimy hands all over them.
And then it gets in the cracks and everything.
Yeah,
oh no! The pain.
Which, by the way, rubbing alcohol is amazing for that.
Oh.
Just get a cotton pad, some rubbing alcohol, boom. Cleans it right off.
Yeah. Nice. We're getting some gaming tips here today, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the final viewer question, and that is, what do you think about fighting games?
Fighting games?
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of Tekken as a kid with my brothers. Yeah, I used to play a lot of Tekken. I was never really good at it. I just kind of button mashed.
Yeah, but it's so fun. I did that as well.
Yeah. But I haven't played a fighting game in probably like 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a long time since I played a fighting game. I do like them though, and I do really like the like art styles and the character concepts of them, and
yeah.
But I think like I'm just not very good at things like combos and stuff. So like fighting games typically I'm not very good at. I'm definitely more of a button masher.
And the follow-up question from the viewers who sent, there was actually like I think two or three people who sent in like very similar fighting game questions. So one of them had a follow-up to, would you try one out? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would definitely want to try some fighting games. I want to play the Hololive fighting game.
Yeah, I was about to say
really
Idol
awesome.
Showdown is like a really low bar of entry because it is for one it's free. And for two, it's like it has a really nice tutorial, and you can kind of play some of the characters or like all of the characters button mashy and like just learn some easy moves, learn some basic moves. I say as someone who has been learning Idol Showdown lately.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I definitely want to try Idol Showdown. I think it'd be really awesome. Maybe you can teach me, give me some tips. I
don't know if I'm the. I think there's better VTuber teachers, but I can probably try my best. Like it's a lot of fun. Like it's just like chaotic, and if you watch, it's especially fun if you watch or like any of the Hololive VTubers that are already in the game because they have like funny catchphrases.
Oh, cute!
I play as Suisei when I play the game, and when you choose her in the character select, she has a phrase like she doesn't say it every time, but sometimes she says "Hi, honey." You know the "Hi, honey" phrase.
Oh yeah. Is Suisei your Hololive Oshi?
Actually, no, but she's like my favorite character that's in the game so far, and she's an amazing singer as well. So
true. Yeah. Oh my gosh, incredible singer.
But it's like a fun thing to play around with. Like every time Suisei says "Hi, honey," I also say "Hi, honey."
Cute.
So there's a lot of those like cute voice lines in the game, and like nods to memes, nods to fun moments, and yeah, it's just like all around like I guess a VTubing like a fun game.
Yeah, definitely. It does look really good, and like I love the way the art style looks as well. It looks super pretty.
Yeah, like it has like the more pixel art style.
Yeah.
And you gotta load those games that are kind of like passion projects by the people who make them.
Definitely.
Yeah. But that was all the viewer questions. So thank you everyone for sending them in.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you don't know where to send them in, every time when I announce like new guests for the week and stuff, I will also like put out forms on Discord and on Twitter, and sometimes in the YouTube community posts. And also when the waiting rooms for the stream are open, it will also be in the stream description. So if you want to send in a question for a future stream, that's where you can find the links, because I saw someone in chat asking about it, so I just thought I would elaborate. You can't send in questions anymore today, though, because these were selected from the viewer questions before the stream started. So it's a little too late to send in a question for Kilia, sadly. but thank you everyone who sent in. And now it's the final one of the regular questions. And this is like probably the most philosophical one. So are you ready? Are you ready, Kilia?
Yeah, drum roll.
What do you like the most about gaming? Yeah.
Oh, that's such a cute question. Okay. I think the thing I like the most about gaming is that there is space in the gaming community for everyone. And I think like that's something that is quite rare for a particular niche or hobby to have, because like things like playing an instrument, there's often a level of like a pretty high paywall because instruments are very expensive, or things like that, or like you know, art, it takes a while and not a lot of people have like time to really like get good at art before they can really become a part of the community, or things like that. Whereas gaming, I feel like there's a space for everyone in terms of there's a multitude of ways you can play games on different consoles, and there's different genres of games where you don't have to be a great skillful gamer to really take part. And so the fact that there's kind of from any walk of life, any sort of style of living, you can play games and have a good time. And I think that's the thing that is my most favorite thing that I like about gaming, is just the accessibility and the fun way that anyone can get involved.
Yeah, and it kind of like brings everyone together. Like you don't even need to play the same games to be able to like enjoy, like for everyone to enjoy gaming, because like there's everything from like mobile games, which a lot of people play casually. Like you have games like solitaire, like chess you can play online, to like really heavy competitive stuff, and single player stories that you just play yourself to chill out and have fun. It's just like so much that like, gaming has something for everyone. For sure.
Everyone. And there's so many different like genres that people can like relate to as well, and like different like walks of life can have like different games that they prefer, you know. It's really there really is something for everyone, which I think is super nice and makes me proud to be a gamer.
Yeah, that's absolutely lovely. I love that. That's a great reason to love gaming. For sure. But you know what, Chad? This was the final question. Yeah. The time of the talk show is coming to a close for today. I hope you had a great time with me and Kilia so far. Yeah, it was very, very fun learning about all the games you like and stuff like that. But it's that time of the show where I announce the guest for next week. Usually I would have a thumbnail ready to show you like who the next guest is, but I don't have that for this week. This is totally not streamer skill issues. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, I still need to make my thumbnails for like tomorrow, so chill. It's fine.
So yeah, the guest for next week is going to be Idol EN's gamer dog, Pochi Wanmaru. Yeah, so look forward to seeing her then. That's going to be a lot of fun. She is also a big gamer, of course. Yeah. But this was everything for today, everyone. I hope you had a great time with me and Kilia. Make sure to check out Kilia on her channel. You can find a link in the stream title and in the stream description. She is super fun, as you can see today. And she's also, in addition to doing gaming and games, she also is an amazing singer and artist. So be sure to check out her singing as well. Like honestly, you will not regret it, everyone. I promise.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I had such an awesome time. You're such an awesome interviewer, honestly.
Thank you.
Taps, you're so talented. What the hell? We need to get you on Iron Mouse level interview audience size.
You know we'll all get there eventually. You know, hopefully. Yes, I had a great time here with Kilia today. I had a great time with you guys as well, chat, as always. And as for me, you'll be seeing me next time. So, bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye. Have a super nice day.